What's going on YouTube? It's /Rocker7568 here, as usual. Yeah, I'm doing what I promised to do, which is my record review thing. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty basic, but you know, I'm just gonna go through some of my old records, and I can't seem to find many of my records which I just got for my 15th birthday last year. Well, anyways, got two brilliant albums. Got Trivium in Waves, the metal band, and I also got Slipknot's Iowa, the deluxe edition of Slipknot's Iowa, which came with a live CD and a DVD, which was good. And I also got the deluxe edition of Trivium's In Waves, which is an exceptional album. And the bonus tracks on that album, on the deluxe edition, are really good as well. They're not just fillers. Like, I find with most album tracks you get fillers. Like, the bonus songs are fillers and they're not really that good. But these ones are really good, actually. Yeah, and so, yeah, I'm just going to be going through some of my records. First up, we have... Ooh, if I can turn this around. We have Alter Bridge's AB3. A phenomenal album. It's absolutely stunning and brilliant. Mark Schmonzi, who's the lead guitarist, his riff work is exceptional. He's really one of the best guitarists of the noughties, in my opinion. He's a really talented metal guitarist. His riff work is outstanding on this album, and I think this is one of my favourite Alter Bridge albums. I think it's one of their best albums because they really come to their own here. Miles Kennedy's voice is incredible. I have listened to a lot of old stuff. It's good, but it is excellent. But this one really tops a lot. Yeah, and it really just tops a lot. Yeah, so that's another album. That's one album that's absolutely brilliant, and if you're into metal and you're into classic rock, you'll like that because it's not as heavy as some metal. But yeah, and I love his use of weird alternate tunings because they're not like normal metal tunings where they're down a step or down 2 or 3 steps or 4 steps. It's really open, a lot of open tunings, which is really cool. And yeah, so that's one album. And next we have the classic Metallica's Master of Puppets, which is again a brilliant album. Metallica really came into their own on this album. I mean, Kill 'Em All is also a brilliant album. I mean, yeah, pretty much everything Metallica did was brilliant. Sorry if you did see my finger there, that was an accident. I keep forgetting where the camera is. Yeah, that was a brilliant album. A really outstanding album. Yeah, Metallica's Master of Puppets, 8 tracks of pure metal bliss. It's a phenomenal album. I need to stop saying the word phenomenal. Yep, another album we have is Slipknot's Volume 3, The Subliminal Verses. Now, this album is good, it's great, but it's not my favourite. To be honest, the first 2 Slipknot albums will do it for me. This one, it's good, but it's not as heavy as the older stuff, and it's a bit too... It was when I think it was starting to get a bit too commercial for my liking. It's not like I'm an indie kid who said, "Oh, I hate when bands go into mainstream." No, I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. I'm just saying that it's a bit too mainstream for my liking. It wasn't as heavy or hard hitting as Iowa and the self-titled debut Slipknot. Yeah, it's still a brilliant album. It's just not as good as the older stuff. Yeah, still a brilliant album. And I've got a slightly different genre. Ow, my eyeballs getting itchy. Wombat, A Guide to Love, Loss and Desperation. This is by far one of my favourite albums of all time. It's brilliantly written. The songwriting is outstanding. It's got some cool riffs there. The guitar playing isn't innovative at all, but the guitar playing is excellent. But the songwriting just excels, just makes this whole album brilliant. It's by far one of my favourite albums, and really, especially if you're a teenager, you know, it's really... I'll put it back. Especially if you're a teenager, it really is a brilliant album. It's really, yeah, when I was a teenager growing up, and well, I still am technically, but you know, when I was growing up, I was really connected with the songs and stuff. And yeah, and I'll move on to some of my records. I got a few new records at the weekend. First one is Pink Floyd's. Yeah, that's the cover. Is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, or The Dark Side of the Moon, which I've listened to before. I've listened to that record before because it's a brilliant record, you know. That they, they've never made it. Well, they have made a few records that I haven't. Like that record will always stand the test of time. It's a brilliantly crafted record. It's a brilliantly written, brilliantly made, brilliantly produced. Everything about it is just excellent, really. And yeah, that record will always stand the test of time for me. And I bought that at a record fair in Birmingham last weekend, and I was surprised how cheap it was. It was only £3, which is fine because it's a brilliant album. It did have one scratch in it though, and it did get stuck on the record player, which is a bit not too good for the start of this, but which is a bit annoying. But I just jogged it on and it's fine. Yeah, and yeah, and I bought another album. Fuck if I can find it. This was £3 as well. This was £3 as well. Brilliant album. It's a Santana's Abraxas. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, yep, Carlos Santana's guitar playing has always excelled, and especially on this record, it really came into her own, and it's brilliant record. Yeah, and I've got a few other records. I've got a couple Journey albums. I've also got, which I'm happy with, the first Now That's What I Call Music album, or Now One, as I like to call it. Let me just walk through my room. Yeah, it's a brilliant album. Well, the Now albums, you know, you get your classic pop stuff. I'm just gonna have to put my up down for a second. I need both hands. I need both hands for this. That's what she said. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, hi again. Yeah, this is the album. That's What I Call Music 1. It's a brilliant album. Well, actually, no, it's not a brilliant album. It's okay. It's basically pop stuff, but some of it's decent. It's got UB40's Red Red Wine on it, so it's a classic. And also, look for my CD collection. I'm just missing a lot of CDs. Slash's first debut album, which is brilliant. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's basically him. He collaborated with 13 different singers or vocalists, and yeah, it's by far one of my favourite albums. It's better than his new stuff with Slash, which is titled Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. It's better than the new stuff because I just don't think new stuff's as good. I think he's starting to run out of ideas. The riffs are good, but the singing, Miles Kennedy's voice isn't as good as it can be or usually is. Yeah, look at my CD collection again. We have AC/DC's For Those About to Rock, We Salute You, which is, yeah, a brilliant album. It's their last, in my opinion, their last good album, the last decent album. It's excellent, but I think after that album, they started to run downhill. I think they started to run downhill with ideas and shit. Yeah, it's a last decent album. And over here, if I can find it, I did have somewhere AC/DC's Back in Black, which is a brilliant. Oh, yeah, here it is. Damn it. Yeah, we have AC/DC's Back in Black, and so is my t-shirt. Matching. Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, that's a exceptional album. Back in Black. The riffs are brilliant. The songwriting's exceptional. It's generally a brilliant album. And yeah, what else do I have? Oh yeah, I have the Arctic Monkeys whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. A brilliant album, exceptional album. Alex Turner, I think, is one of the best lyricists of my generation. His lyrics are really really good wordplay, excellent wordplay, really good, just really brilliant songwriting, and one of my favourite metal albums of all time. Bullet for My Valentine's, Fever, which is I think one of their best albums. Really, every riff on there is brilliant. Their new stuff isn't as good, to be honest. I think they're starting to run out of ideas, and it doesn't help that Matt Tuck, the lead singer / rhythm guitarist of that band, is with his new band Axewound, which has members from Cancer Bats, and which features members from Cancer Bats. It's sort of a supergroup thing that he's done, and I think the riffs he used up all the good riffs on the new Axewound records, not on the Bullet from Valentine records, which I think he should have. Which is why I think the new Axewound record is better than, or the new Axewound stuff is better than the new Bullet from Valentine stuff. I mean, I think he should have saved those good riffs for Bullet from Valentine, but there you go. Yeah, and I have shitloads of records. I'll do a quick review. I can't find them at the moment, but my Green Day CDs, Uno, Dos and Tre. The new Green Day stuff is, the first album, Uno, is brilliant. It's exceptional. They really come back again into their own again about playing good classic pop punk rock riffs. Dos is also really good. Dos is really good, and Tre is really good as well. I'd say in order of favourites, it goes for me. Uno's first, Tre is second, then Dos is last. In order of favourites. Yeah, and yeah, that's basically my album reviews. I've got loads more albums there. Okay. Yeah, and I'll show you my 500 quid record player, which my dad got me second hand from Friday Ads. Yeah, for Christmas. It's a basic setup. Out, bang my head again. It's a basic record player. It's got a 50 quid stylus. Basic setup, and then my CD player's next to it, facing that way, sort of that way to the wall. Yeah, and that's my album reviews. I've got a couple more, loads more albums, but I can't bother to review them. That's basically my favourite albums. I've also got the Biffy Clyro album, Only Revolutions, which is an exceptional album, which is here, and that's an exceptional album. It's exceptional. Their new album's also really good as well. It took a bit of time for me to think whether I actually really liked it or not, but it's grown on me, the new album, and it's, I think, brilliant. It's absolutely exceptional. The songwriting is good. The riffs are excellent. They're not outstanding, but the songwriting, the lyrics are really good. Yeah, and yeah, that's basically my album reviews. Do I have any more down here? No, but I do like all the Bob Marley albums. I hate how people like Bob Marley when they only list the hits. I think my favourite Bob Marley album's got to be Survival, Uprising, Kaya, and Catch Fire. When I was growing up, I really was a big Bob Marley fan, thanks to one of my au pairs who had a cassette tape, one side George Michael, the other side Bob Marley, and I always asked for the Bob Marley side. Yeah, and I really liked it. And I ended up every weekend when I went out with my dad, she used to get me a Bob Marley album, if I've been good, and I collected them over time. And Confrontation is also a brilliant album by Bob Marley and the Wailers. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here because this video is running a bit long at 15 minutes. Didn't know I could ramble on for that long. I'm amazing myself sometimes. Yeah, and I will be doing a magazine review soon. But yeah, it's your boy /Rocker756. Can't speak. It's your boy /Rocker7568, aka Max Scardinelli, as always. Rock on, and have a nice weekend. I'll probably do another review soon, though, or vlog soon. And and yeah, I'll probably do another vlog soon. Rock on, guys, and keep subscribing to my videos. It really helps. I'm not getting any money of this, but the more subscribers, the more views, etc., helps me push me up the YouTube ladder, which is a very long ladder. Yeah, I need to stop spitting on my iPod. Yeah, but please don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and I love you guys. Rock on. Peace out. Love you guys. Love you lots. Bye.